And the third point.
So the third point is, and this is sort of a, almost a quasi-political statement. That has to do with how what we need versus how what we want, or maybe we don't even know we want it yet, gets financed. And what I would say is that the financial communities that are working right out at the edge of innovation are far too focused on trying to create things that they think people will want, rather than looking in their rearview mirror and saying, what have we left behind that needs to be done better now that we've got better technology to do it? And that's where there's a big difference between financing cool stuff and financing needed lifestyle improving, life and human condition improving stuff that will, help build a better, more solid, sustainable culture, human culture. So, and I kind of resolve that all down to the fact that the world is made up far more of boys who want new toys than girls who have to deal with whatever the boys don't want to deal with. And that leaves this huge void economically and technologically.
So translating this, the venture capital marketplace is too dominated by guys looking for bright, shiny objects as opposed to enduring businesses.
As opposed to trying to solve problems. So when someone calls me today, we get lots of calls, people wanting to talk to us about their deal. Somebody calls me and says, I've got this new platform, and it's going to be the best new platform for creating games. And I've hit those. And I have to say, look, there are already too many platforms for creating games. If you were to tell me that that you've got a great platform that's specifically going to help create games that help cognition for people who have Alzheimer's, now I get that. But if you're going to tell me you're going to create a thing that's going to get more people building games for 18 to 20, 35-year-old guys, forget it. So you see, it has to do with your, sort of like a distortion in the value system, because all of the companies that get all the ink, well, I shouldn't say that. What's really interesting about this is you take a company like Facebook. Facebook is a communications company. I mean, they might be a website, but their entire world revolves around communications. It's not games, no. It's getting people to communicate, and that's really a good thing. That's a different way than picking up the phone. So it's a modern way. When you talk about what Google did, Google built what ends up being our sort of encyclopedias on, in the speed of light kind of thing, and a way to collect information. And there's those kinds of, and Microsoft, the big bellwether companies that have really done something that's really foundational. It creates superstructure, infrastructure for the world to work on top of it. But if you look at the amount of stuff that's being funded that really are 3 to 5 year pops, roll it up, roll it into another game company or an entertainment company, or we're going to, do this better. And also, the nuances. There are nuances. So one example is a nuance by Nuance, the company Nuance, to make better speech recognition. Now that is a great cause. But when you say, I'm going to make another screen that's got, 5% better resolution than we've already got. You know, how nuanced do we have to get here? How much better does it have to be? I mean, why don't you spend your money doing something that people really need instead of doing it for the gamers? I mean, that's what it's for, right? When they do all that stuff. I mean, the rest of the world doesn't hear the sounds of the, great sound systems that, guys have put huge amounts of money into improving for a very little gain for most ordinary people or average people. So funding is a huge impediment. And the big impediment is that there aren't very many women. There's very little diversity in most high-tech engineering, design, marketing. In the scheme of things, women have just don't have much to say about what goes on. And if they did, I can tell you, they'd be doing different things, for sure.
Nice.
Different ways, for sure.
Great.
There we have it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.